Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe. Down here, folks. Simple as that. And leave me some comments. And don't forget, on the first Tuesday of December at 7 p.m. here, we're going to have a live broadcast. And you can ask me all the questions you want live on air. And I will do absolutely what I can do. As you can see in the background on the settee behind me, there, actually, somewhere like that. Anyway, that's the dog, that's Toto. So you'll hear a snoring in the background. That's my little mate, Toto. So I'm going to talk today again. I mean, you only got to look at the papers. Larry the Goatman sent me a link. There's another female prison officer being arrested and charged, and they're going to sentence her in January for misconduct in public office. Every week you open the papers, there is another one, and I know I keep banging on about it, but they're going to have this as long as you've got vulnerable females in a male prison with sophisticated career criminals. You are going to get the inmates taking advantage of vulnerable staff, and they will exploit them. They're ending up smuggling in drugs. They've got photographs they're sending to each other. They're going into cupboards, backscuttling. We've even had people at Wandsworth filming themselves and putting it up on the internet. I mean, there's got to be a time when the Home Office realises that they are responsible. I believe that there should be a class action against the Home Office by the people who are effectively being placed in positions that they have no right to be, because there's been no effective health and safety checks on this. I mean, where is the risk assessment? You would not put a 19, 20, 25, 30-year-old woman on the landings in a top security prison, male prison, and expect them to cope with it. Because, believe me, I mean, I was quite a robust individual in my day, and I saw grown men being manipulated by the inmates. Even senior officers were persuaded to run errands for prisoners. And I've previously told this story. A former very senior warrant officer from the Air Force joined the prison service, and I warned him. I said, listen, these are not your colleagues, you know. These aren't servicemen. These are very dangerous prisoners who will manipulate you if you give them the chance. So don't give them the chance. And he told me that. He said, listen, I've been dealing with men for 30 years. I'm the most senior non-commissioned officer in the Royal Air Force. I've done parades for the Queen. I said, you'll be doing parades for the Queen if you allow these people to get on top of you. Within 3 months, I think it was about a month, 6 weeks, something like that, he was running bets to the bookies for them. He was smuggling in whiskey and tobacco and God knows what else he was smuggling in. But they caught him at it, and he was subsequently required to resign. They didn't prosecute him because I believe it would have been a very big black mark on the prison service at the time. But they don't seem to give a flying one today, do they? They don't care. Stick them in court, charge them, bang them up. They're just recruiting more prisoners because they can't recruit prison officers. And now they're going to ship back all these Nigerian so-called prison officers that they've imported on visas. They're going to ship them back because they don't meet the criteria. They don't meet the criteria because they can't bloody speak English, half of them. They've got notes that they hold up, go back to your cell, stuff like that. Come on, what are we playing at here? What has the Home Office come to? I know what they should be doing. They should build a massive barrack block inside the walls of the prisons, inside for the staff. And they do 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. And they sleep in the barrack blocks. and they work 12-hour shifts. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've done worse than that in the military. Like 24-hour shifts. Zooming all over, that living in a bloody tent. So if they got a nice barrack block inside the walls of the prison, they can obviously go out any time they want when they're not on duty, but they sleep there overnight. And that's what they're required to do. And, of course, they would be all male. And it should be all male run in the prison service. Listen, the Home Office are doing this on the cheap. As I said many times, when I joined the prison service, joined in 1974, actually took up post in January 1975, but a police officer was being paid less than a prison officer. Prison officers got more, they got all the benefits, you got a house thrown in, all the rest of it, all the benefits, gold-plated pension if you managed to last, and many didn't. And when I was working with in the prisons, I saw many staff retire after 30 years or so. They didn't last very long because their bodies were in shock once they stopped. Because don't forget, you were on the landings at 7 a.m. in the morning. So if you lived, say, 10 miles away, which I did, yeah, I lived at Flixton in Hermston, and Strangeways was 10 miles from there. You've got to get up fairly early in the morning to be on the landings at 7 o'clock. So once you stop that, you go into shock. And don't forget, people were working 13 days out of 14. Seriously, on a regular basis. Anyway, they will not be able to continue this because it is spiralling down to the point where they're going to completely, I believe they almost have, lose control of the prison system. Well, they can't expect the hostess brigade to enforce control. And the big boys are not working for peanuts, so what are they going to do? We go back to 1979, which is not that long ago, really, in mine. I was there, and I tried to get a trade union going for non-supervisory prison staff because the POA was being run by chief and principal officers, i.e. members of the management, and they were running it for the management. At Strangeways, they had an agreement with the governor that there would be compulsory overtime. You can see this. You've got to look at that documentary from the BBC, which was screened in 1980. It's available online on YouTube. It's called Strangeways, and in that, in series 3, the third part of the series, entitled Screws, there's the film of me actually telling the staff that compulsory overtime is out of the window. It's just not acceptable. I mean, you didn't have your days off. If you don't have days off, you're all going to crack in the end. And I saw many staff do that. So if we were going to do that in 1979, 1980, because it was filmed in 79, what the hell's happening today? I mean, I came up through the military, and I'd seen the rough end of it. So I was accustomed to being treated with a certain degree of disrespect. But not the people today. Tales from the jails. Don't forget, the first Tuesday in December, we will be here. So what we're basically talking about today is the disgrace that is the prison system, and it just isn't working. Now I'm going to read you a poem by T.S. Eliot, Terence Staines Eliot, who also wrote Cats, by the way. But this is it's Burnt Norton from 4 quartets by T.S. Eliot. Very reflective poem, this. So have a think about it. What he's saying is that there is only now. There is only this moment. No past, no future, there is now. Burnt Norton by T.S. Eliot. Time present and time past are both perhaps present in time future, and time future contained in time past. If all time is eternally present, all time is unredeemable. What might have been is an abstraction, remaining a perpetual possibility, only in a world of speculation. What might have been and what has been point to one end, which is always present. Footfalls echo in the memory, down the passage which we did not take, towards the door we never opened, into the rose garden. My words echo thus in your mind, but to what purpose? Disturbing the dust on a bowl of rose leaves? I do not know. Other echoes inhabit the garden. Shall we follow? Quick, said the bird. Find them, find them. Round the corner, through the first gate, into our first world. Shall we follow the deception of the thrush into our first world? There they were, dignified, invisible, moving without pressure over the dead leaves in the autumn heat, through the vibrant air, and the bird called in response to the unheard music hidden in the shrubbery, and the unseen eye-beam crossed, for the roses had the look of flowers that are looked at. They were as our guests, accepted and accepting. So we moved, and they, in a formal pattern along the empty alley, into the box circle, to look down into the drained pool. Dry the pool, dry concrete, brown-edged, and the pool was filled with water out of sunlight. And the lotus rose. Quietly, quietly, the surface glittered out of heat of light, and they were behind us, reflected in the pool. Then a cloud passed, and the pool was empty. Go, said the bird, for the leaves were full of children, hidden excitedly, containing laughter. Go, 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 said the bird. Humankind cannot bear very much reality. Time past and time future. What might have been and what has been point to one end, which is always present. Burnt Norton by T.S. Eliot, from his poem Four Quartets. And now, yes, it's that time of day, folks. That's the song dinger. Bob the Bob Bob Bob. First Tuesday in December. We shall be here. We shall remember them. And now a song. This was by Don Gibson in the 1950s. From the 1950s. It's called Sea of Heartbreak. Bit of a country and western kind of theme, this. Sea of Heartbreak. The lights in the harbour don't shine for me. I'm like a lost ship adrift on the sea of heartbreak, lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, so divine. I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on the sea of tears, the sea of heartbreak. How you? Did I lose you? Or where did I fail? Why did you leave me always to sail this sea of heartbreak? Lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, so divine. How I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on this sea of tears, the sea of heartbreak. Oh, what I'd give to sail back to shore, back to your arms once more. Oh, come to my rescue, come here to me. Take me and keep me away from the sea. Yeah, the sea of heartbreak, lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, so divine. How I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on the sea of tears, the sea of heartbreak. There you go. Sea of Heartbreak, originally recorded by Don Gibson, around about 1957, I believe. Tales from the Jails, John G. Sutton. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to buy my books. Really.